and I probably sold 20 to 40 pounds of sausage a week. Nothing crazy. Since we've started making our own sausage and really got the flavor that matched the rest of my barbecue and the whole 9 yards, right? I sold 50 pounds of sausage this weekend.
Wow. Yeah, so that's something I'm kind of actually proactively working on our food trailer side of the business. I'm trying to get like pre-position contracts done, because not only do they have the some of the funds to be able to do that, but it would also help some of these local businesses that would be hurting in this time period. So instead of hurting in this time period, they can also thrive. Yeah.
And you've got a unique perspective there, because you are on the first responder side.
Right.
And you are on the barbecue community side. Those are two of the tightest knit communities I can just come to mind.
That's right. Yeah.
The fact that you can double dip in both of those and be able to serve your brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And still be able to look at the wife and say, hey, we're going to be okay. Not sure what this looks like. And then you got all these people step up. That's just...
Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie Eblin, and as always, we have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells, with us today.
What is up, everybody?
How you been doing, man?
I'm good.
Yeah, you had a good week?
It's almost done.
Almost done?
I thought yesterday, Tuesday, was Thursday, and that made for a really long Tuesday. So
I've had 3 Mondays in a row.
I haven't done that yet. So as long as I don't get there, I'll be fine. So
Monday, I felt like I lived twice.
Oh, man.
And then today's just kind of been one thing.
After all the ice storm and all the other just BS that blew through here, the people they're like, January was only 17 weeks long. I'm glad about like they are 100% right. That's what it feels like. February is halfway over, and I feel like it's January 32nd. Like it just is. Yeah. Anyway,
look, as always, I got to highlight our primary technology partner with Toast.
Absolutely,
they partner with us here at the restaurant and on the show, and we are blessed to have them and highly favored. They help us provide undeniable hospitality every single day, both on the radio, podcast, and in our restaurant. Very thankful for them.
You look like you've been restaurant busy.
I have been restaurant busy. Yeah. It's been very blessed.
Yes.
Yeah. We sold a couple of metric tons of chicken wings. But we'll get into all that.
Yeah, sure.
We can talk about all that later.
We can.
Today we have a incredible guest, a man that I've known for a little while. He is starting his journey into the barbecue world. And Derry will see some similarities in his story and some other people we know. So, but today we want to welcome Ben from Ben's Backdraft Barbecue to the show. Ben, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We like to give everybody a second or two to kind of tell the world who they are, give a quick intro, what you do every day, because you're not cooking barbecue right this minute. So why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do, and we'll dive into it a little bit deeper.
Yeah. So obviously, my name is Ben Hooper. I'm from Waynesville, North Carolina, which is the very last little town before you get into Tennessee on Interstate 40 in North Carolina. Born and raised.
Neighbors.
Right. Yeah. Born and raised in Western North Carolina my whole life for several generations back. Did not come from the restaurant industry. You
just made Trent really, really happy from being from North Carolina, man. He's like over there jumping up and down because we got a North Carolina in the house.
So I'm going to ask the obvious question: NC State or Tar Heels?
Tar Heels.
Oh man, never mind.
Had you, then we lost you. Like that. I only asked because Trent was in the room. That's the only reason.
Well, only in basketball though. Only in basketball. Yeah, it's not a football state, if you will.
There you go. we need Trent to understand that.
Yeah.
He thinks y'all are up and coming, so that's
Not quite.
The NCC is where it's at. I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah, there you go. That's great.
Yeah.
Shout out to Western North Carolina. Though.
yeah.
It's a beautiful place. I love Waynesville.
It is, yeah. So our restaurant is actually near Maggie Valley, is probably the closest town that it's closest to. That's the highest valley east of the Mississippi. So the highest elevation valley east of the Mississippi. But anyway, I work full time as a firefighter at Woodfin Fire Department, which is just north of Asheville, just a little bit. We cover just north of like UNCA, UNC Asheville. And we have a food trailer, kind of catering company, and a restaurant. So I'm married to my wife, Bailey. We have a 4-year-old, and we got a little girl on the way, be here in April.
Congratulations on the newborns.
To sum up everything, you have lots of downtime.
Yes.
Plenty.
You don't do anything.
Yes.
Like, that's
great.
I hope everybody heard the sarcasm in that. That's for sure.
It's a lot.
Yeah. But you appear to be juggling it well. So keep
I got a good team behind me. You know,
that's good.
There's no way I could do it without a good team.
Absolutely.
It's difficult to do no matter what.
That's right. That's
And
right.
this man is doing it with all of the things going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. Here's a whole list.
Yeah.
I love it. So how do you go from putting fires out to starting fires?
Yeah. So kind of my story is
Have you been waiting on that question the whole time?
All day.
You were way too excited to ask it. Like, sorry,
All
Ben,
day
I
I've been
interrupted you
waiting
there,
on that.
but that was
So I started out at a couple different fire departments in the area. I used to work for an Indian reservation nearby that's called Cherokee. That's where I started in the fire service, and they butt up to Maggie Valley. When I worked at Maggie Valley part-time, I worked Cherokee full-time, Maggie Valley part-time in the fire service. That's kind of a common theme in the fire service. You can work full-time for one department and kind of work part-time 3 or 4 different places if you want to. That's kind of how firefighters make extra money on their days off, or they have a business. So I tried the whole working at other fire departments on the side, and I was working 25, 28 days a month out of 30, and those are consecutive 24-hour shifts too. So it was a lot of moving parts. I had some off time, but I noticed that didn't work, and it was terrible for my health. But on July 4th every year, Maggie Valley Fire Department does a annual like barbecue cook. And they had an old like milk cooler smoker type of setup. And I started my first fire in that, or helped those guys with that. It was an offset. And I fell absolutely in love with cooking barbecue from that day forward. That was in like 2016, 2017-ish. After that, I sold a couple of my personal recreation toys to buy my own trailer smoker, which was an offset. And then shortly after that, bought a food trailer because I thought that was the only way you could legally sell barbecue. I thought the vessel had to be a food trailer. So I didn't know you could do pop-ups out of tents and such. So yeah, we started the food trailer in 21. So
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I pretty much did the exact same thing.
yeah.
If I could go back and redo it again, I'd probably do pop-ups. Without buying the food truck to begin with.
What is
That's right.
there's a term I'm missing, but from a kitchen that like where you're doing your prep and stuff, and then you
Commissary.
Yes. Yep.
So are you prepping out of the commissary and then taking it to the pop-up?
So depending on what state you're in, what county you're in, what the health department
right.
regulations are, you can do so in Tennessee, for an example, your kitchen at your house can be your commissary.
Okay.
It just has to be inspected by the health department.
Okay.
And if the
Because
health
we all
department,
want the health department to come into our kitchen.
Yeah.
isn't that exactly what we want? Yeah.
So,
But you could, you physically could do that.
Okay.
It's just, it has to be inspected, and then you have to be able to have the permits.
Yeah.
So some counties like Nashville, Davidson County requires you to have a commissary kitchen, an off-site,
Like
commissary.
dedicated.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it just depends on the state regulations and the county, depending on, some are state ran, some are county ran, just depends.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, the pop-ups are more challenging from a standpoint of you have the elements to deal with, where if you have a trailer, you don't have to worry about the elements as much.
Right.
You just have lower traffic sometimes. So, depending on
But
the event.
to Ben's help here, a pop-up tent's a lot cheaper than a trailer. Correct me if I'm wrong?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
Yeah, and I guess the biggest thing I kicked myself for is I kind of did. I got to give Dylan Cook from Fort Grove Barbecue a little plug here. His wife calls it bootleg barbecue. They used to bootleg barbecue out of tents, and I did a little bit of that, a little bit of bootlegging, but I didn't I missed out on all the big events. I could have got into all the big events 2 years earlier than we did get started.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, man. You don't know what you don't know.
That's
and
right.
Then, we've talked about it before. You don't even know what questions to ask because you don't know what you don't know. So
That's right.
You go into this with blind eyes and hands behind your back and both feet tied together, trying to figure out how to run.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But you've come a long way from bootlegging barbecue to today. You're not cooking out of a cooler smoker anymore either.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
You just recently, not too long ago, got a new smoker, didn't you?
I did, and because of 2024, we operated the business kind of bivocationally. And what I mean by that is I worked full-time at the fire department, part-time in the business, and then 3 years later, I transitioned into full-time into the business in 24. So I just recently went back to the fire department full-time because the restaurant has allowed me to do that with a little bit more freedom. But I say all that to say we had a different plan for our smoker that we had bought from TMG, the rotisserie. Our initial plan was we were going to have 2 food trailers. And that rotisserie was going to go on the back of our big food trailer. So 2024 decided to do other things. So we had a fire in our primary food trailer that burnt almost to the ground in July. And then, of course, Helene showed her face in September. So
gosh,
that was a really, really, really bad year for us. Negative net income was like negative $100,000 for 24. So, the rotisserie was designed for a food trailer, and luckily, I think God had His hand on it. But we moved into a brick and mortar, and the TMG rotisserie is actually, I think we're getting ready to sell it. So I found a little bit better suited smoker for us because we don't need that capacity. And obviously we need a little bit more of the capital right now. So right now we're operating out of Offset. We've got a TMG roll off on the back of our food trailer and then a J&R 250 RFS.
Yeah, that TMG you had built was pretty special.
It's cream of the crop. It's the nicest smoker I've ever had for sure, but it just makes the most sense for us. The best business move is to, unfortunately, I listed 2 different smokers for sale, and I just had to mentally be okay with whichever one sold first.
That's right.
That's right. And I may have another one day, but we'll play those cards whenever we deal them.
The TMG that you had built, was it the biggest one that they do? Was it the the 2000 or whatever it is? It holds like double the amount of a 1,000-gallon smoker.
It does. Yeah. So it's a rotisserie. It's their very first rotisserie they've ever built. It's called the Revolver, but it's offset style. Cooking, uses all wood. It runs off a fireboard, and it's only got 2 moving parts. So it's a phenomenal product.
Yeah, it's very similar to the M&M pit.
Yes.
It's all wood, and it's
right.
just like my smoker dairy, except it has racks in it that rotate.
Okay.
And it'll hold twice as much as my smoker does.
Well, for some reason, I may have to swap to my
beautiful.
phone. My computer's not charging, so.
God.
Nothing like a good little technical issue.
Isn't that
Keep you on your
great?
toes.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come right back.
Perfect.
Most brands want something clean, polished, quite frankly, forgettable. Dead Meat Society is for the ones that just don't quite fit the mold. For the late nights, that meaty perfection, the hunger inside. Join the society, stay soft. DeadMeatSociety.com. Go check it out. Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie. We are back. We have, in the break there, we were discussing some pigs. But
that is some pig. That's a Charlotte's Web reference for y'all that don't know.
Ben, I don't know if you saw it or not. I just put a story up the other day, but I bought a inflatable pig costume to wear as you can walk up and down the sidewalk of our busy highway. And so I sent Derry a picture of it yesterday.
That's awesome.
We named him George. George the pig.
I had a colorful description of George.
Yes.
That's air friendly, isn't it? So that's
BTG.
Yeah. Y'all can figure that out on your own.
Big George. Figure out the T yourself. It's great.
I want to know what poor schmuck you got walking around in that.
Yeah. Me. Me. What's the hilarious part about the whole thing was I had my oldest son come down to do some marketing for me.
Oh, please tell me you put him in it.
And he wouldn't do it.
Oh, come on.
He refused. He said, I'm not getting in that.
Nobody would have known it's him.
I said, nobody's going to see you.
Does it have the little fan that keeps it?
What difference does it make?
Yeah,
it's got the little fan in the back.
Let me catch you in there in a bottle of fart spray. I'm going to
The
absolutely
hilarious
wear you out.
part about the whole thing is you ought to see when I run in it.
I think.
Because your arms stick out. And it's got little short legs on it. You know, they're only like 9 inches tall.
Oh man!
So
the image here.
It's hilarious, man. It's absolutely hilarious. But you know, look, you got to figure things out when you do stuff for marketing, man.
Wow,
it is what it is.
Ben,
awesome.
I'm going to take us to a serious note here. It gets away from this. You briefly mentioned Helene, and I don't want to spend a ton of time on that because I'm sure that North Carolina is just ready to let that go in all sorts of phases.
Yeah.
But the barbecue community is known for just that, being community. Whether
that's right,
and how that fills out for each independent location is always phenomenal. During that time, not storm related as our response to the storm, but for the response to the community, how does that give y'all an opportunity to help out? And while it's not self-advocating to promote your name, it still gets Backdraft Barbecue out there because we're involved in the community. And what steps were y'all able to take during that time?
Yeah. So one precursor step that we did was we kind of put a Facebook post out for the community. We would take pre-bought meals. Like if people wanted to buy meals for first responders in our area because they were kind of pre-staffing the area with first responders from outside the area because they knew the storm was going to be bad. So we put a post out that said, anybody that wants to buy a first responder meal, here's the link. This is what you do. And we got a huge response from that. Probably like 60 or 80 meals pre-bought before Helene ever came. So we had those already ready to go. You know, we had the opportunity to feed, 50 or 60 first responder meals right from the get-go. Nice. The day of the storm, whenever it hit, I was actually I was still part-time at the fire department at that point. I I went to Waynesville Fire Department. I was on their swiftwater team for about 3 days. But I told my wife and our team member that worked for us at the time, um, we don't close. Like, the fire department doesn't close.
Right.
So we are open.
Okay.
And we opened. I finally got a hold of my wife after it quit raining. Because in our area, we're in the headwaters. So
Okay.
whenever it quits raining, at that point, you're safe.
Right. Right.
I couldn't get a hold of her for like 4 hours though. So because our cell service was down, internet was down, radio
It's
communication.
just a mess.
It was a whole complete mess. So once I finally got a hold of her, I told her to go, go home till it quit raining. When it quit raining, her and another one of my team members went to our food trailer, and we just started handing out food. And I got a hold of my distributor, and we ordered $10,000 worth of food, and I kind of left it up to God. I was like, I don't really know what our future is, but at this point, we're going to be here for our community. And I ordered through 2 different distributors, and one of them got here like 2 or 3 days later, and we had pork and to-go boxes. So it was something, So I went to my church on that Sunday, told them the same exact thing. We're going to give food away. They gave up a love offering and gave us like $1,500 right off of that Sunday.
Nice.
And then the Saturday before, like I said, I couldn't get food here. TMG Pits brought me like $5,000 worth of product.
And see that right there, that
like
I will always
blew my mind.
That the community, TMG doesn't have to do that.
No, they don't. No,
they will absolutely do that. You're sitting here saying, "Hey, we don't close. We will feed everybody out there."
Yeah,
and you've got a unique perspective there because you are on the first responder side,
right,
and you are on the barbecue community side. And like I'm literally a first responder and barbecue communities. Those are 2 of the tightest knit communities I can just come to mind.
Right. Yeah.
The fact that you can double dip in both of those and be able to serve your brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And still be able to look at the wife and say, "Hey, we're gonna be okay. Not sure what this looks like." And then you got all these people step up. That's just like I'm getting chill bumps. Nobody can tell, but like that's phenomenal stuff. That you're proud to hear of things, and not just in America, but especially in North Carolina, your local community. That's just what we do, or that's what we should do. I should say.
Yeah. I mean, I got to, some of the ones I can think about that helped us out. Operation Barbecue Relief offered me food a bunch of different times. The unfortunate part about it was they were about an hour away and I couldn't get to them. TMG Pits brought me like $5,000 worth of product the Saturday after the storm.
Oh, so wow. That's great.
They're only an hour and a half drive. But if you remember, Interstate 40 was washed away.
Correct.
So it took them 7 hours to get here. And they brought me that food. They brought 2 trucks worth of stuff, came over here, turned right back around and drove back. Like, blew my mind. And so I will never, ever, ever buy another smoker brand new from anybody else, ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I don't care if it's, I think their products are the best, but I will never, ever buy another brand new product from anyone else just because of that. They helped me when I was down. Right. And they were there for my community. They didn't have to do that, like you said.
Absolutely.
John G's Barbecue in Charlotte brought me wood and like 25 gallons of gas because gas was a pretty big issue a couple days later. Gypsy Pig, I think, is the name of the business. It's also the same guy that runs Clever and Blade social media. They brought us a check down to help, just continue to give out food. And my goal was I was just going to give away food till we ran out of money and figure out the rest from there because there was no business to be had. Credit card machines weren't working. There was no internet. There was no cell phone service. There wasn't, like I told people they could give cash if they wanted to. If they didn't want to, they're still going to get fed.
And in that moment, you're not worried about the business.
That's right.
You've got a countryman that you're just trying to take care of.
That's right.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. So we survived it. We took out some SBA kind of came in with some no interest loans. And if it hadn't been for that, we'd have probably had to close the doors. Also paired with Duke Power is our local power provider in our area in the Carolinas, and they contracted us for about a week to provide meals to all the linemen that were in the area. We had like 50,000 people without power, and no, it was like 20,000 people, I believe, without power. About half the county didn't have power, and we fed them for about a week straight. And if it hadn't have been for people giving us, donations to be able to give out to our community from all over the country, along with Duke Power and all these other people that stepped up for us, there's no way it would have made it. No way at
Well,
all.
that's just. I mean, we've had several people on the last few weeks that just the story of community just keeps coming back, and I saw a good friend of Charlie's this morning, Sean Walshelf, had put out a new post, and the two things that just kept coming out were community and storytelling and hospitality, and I just just the fact that you can reminisce on that so quick and know that we were just pumping out food for people that needed it. It doesn't matter about business at that point, and the people
That's
just
right.
jump in. And I appreciate you sharing that. But that,
Yeah.
I want to let Helene go because I know everybody else wants to let Helene go.
Yeah.
But
move on.
there's an important part in that needs to be
There
remembered.
is,
So
yeah.
I'm glad for that. So very much so.
Yeah, and our area wasn't as ravaged as like Asheville. So I think there was, and I don't want to take away from the deaths that we did have. I think we had 5 community deaths in our community, but as the area as a whole, there was 200. So
Gosh.
2021 Hurricane Fred kind of was a mini Helene for us.
Okay.
So our county was a little bit better prepared than the other areas because we had just been through it in 21. So
On the first responder side, do y'all take a look at those things? Now you've had a bigger storm, Fred's a little bit whatever. Do we put protocols in place now that now include things like food because we know that is a stepping stone in that, or do we strictly focus on public safety?
Yeah, so that's something I'm kind of actually proactively working on our food trailer side of the business. I'm trying my best to get attached to some of these emergency management the facilities that have. I'm trying to get like pre-position contracts done because not only do they have the some of the funds to be able to do that, but it would also help some of these local businesses that would be hurting in this time period. So instead of hurting in this time period, they can also thrive. So I'm currently working through some contracts and typing up contracts and getting a hold of emergency management in the area because that's where the money comes from is emergency management because that comes from the federal government, and then it hits the state and then the state government, there has to be a federal declaration to be able to access those emergency management funds. So, but that's actually something I'm actually proactively working on right now is trying to make pre-position contracts with our emergency management.
I love that. That. Well, switching gears for a second here, we have a segment on every show that we call Dinner for Two, and I think some of the stuff you've been through, I'd be interested to hear what your answer is. But if you could go back and have dinner with anyone past, present, or future, who would it be and why?
Probably Billy Graham. And
okay,
I would be really curious on how he stayed such a strong, true, like valuable Christian and such a good man his whole life, even with all the fame. Like he had plenty of fame, plenty of followers, plenty of opportunity to go astray. But I'm really curious what kept him so strong, other than his relationship with God, obviously. I feel like there has to be more to the manly body to stay that strong. Obviously a good godly relationship and a strong, valuable relationship with his wife and his kids and his family. But I mean, you see that a lot where there's a good, strong family guy. So.
Doesn't his company have a launching off point in North Carolina? I may be.
Yes. Yeah.
What's that called?
Yeah. There's a couple. There is. I'm trying to think of the one. Billy Graham Library is in Charlotte. There's the Cove that's right near us in Black Mountain, but then Samaritan's Purse is also
Samaritan's Purse is one I'm
like a
thinking of.
first. They were a huge asset in our area during Helene.
Absolutely.
Huge asset.
I've got a friend of mine that works with them. And when he first started describing some of the stuff, now he was involved with them even in 2020 during COVID.
Yes.
And he lives there in North Carolina. His wife was without power for 14, 18 days, whatever the number was. And he's out with Samaritan's Purse. And so I'm impressed with just how that so many people can be selfless within that. But the fact that you brought up Billy Graham, because that's a unique aspect that, because I think Billy Graham being an older generation, so many people kind of lose sight of who he is, because a lot of people think about Franklin Graham now, his son, being more current. But I'm going to age myself a little bit here. I remember watching, Billy Graham, or my mom would have him on, and I'm too young to really know what's going on, but you see all these people in the stadium, and like something doesn't quite add up, but he was able to do it time after time after time. And Samaritan's Purse, I've just been impressed with how their response team, my friends on the medical side of things. And so that is a unique aspect to have that there local to North Carolina. So
that's a good one.
Yeah. Very well done. Well done.
What'd you think of, since we're going down this road, what'd you think of Kevin Costner's special?
I don't know if I've seen it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm not a huge media. I don't have any personal social media either. So I don't watch. I don't have time for TV.
What was the actual name of it, Derry? You remember the name of the whole special? Trent, you remember it? We had like a half episode about it.
We sure did. The First Christmas. That was what it's called.
The First Christmas.
Yeah. I'll have to watch it.
It was a unique aspect from not just the biblical standpoint. You kind of see Joseph's aspect and some of the importance of it, and Mary's aspect and the part that she played in it. And so it was unique, but I think fundamentally coming back to where so much of what America as a whole thinks about Christmas when Christmas time is on. It's a very unique perspective, and of course Kevin Costner. I think he does going to that directorial role. He has done a good job with it, and kind of just that different spin. But I think This is really going to date me. I remember when Billy Graham's Crusade, or whatever they called it back then, came to Nissan Stadium.
Oh yeah,
and that place was packed out, and that was like 30 years ago now. So pretty wild.
That was back when Nissan first opened.
It was. Now we're talking about opening the second stadium.
It's still going to be Nissan Stadium, isn't it?
I'm sure it will, or until somebody writes a bigger check. So
this is true.
That's how that works.
That is exactly how that works.
Have you seen the pictures of it?
The new one?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They're over halfway done now, and so now it's starting to really take shape.
Yeah, it looks like.
I am telling you, if we are not on Super Bowl list year one, it better be year two, because that place is going to be, and we know Nashville throws a party like that. That is going to be phenomenal.
But we had the draft.
And that's what I'm saying. Tell me, and I don't know that people stay that involved with it, but a better draft week leading up to it and stuff. Nashville they hit all the check marks. They just, like I said, they know how to throw a gig.
I mean, we could have the Super Bowl, the first round pick in the draft while hosting the draft in Nashville.
Easy now.
Wouldn't that be great?
Just because we got $99 million worth of cap space doesn't mean we're
going to blow it.
We'll see.
We're going to blow it.
We'll be right there with
I think they ought to go to the MLS and see if they can find kickers. They've been doing pretty good.
Aren't there a handful in the league already
that are doing great?
Yeah. So
the Seahawks kicker is MLS and rugby kicker.
I knew he's the rugby style, or the punter was.
The punter. Yeah.
So those guys are wild. They have a whole different.
What do I know? I cook barbecue for a living.
Oh me.
Look, I wanted the Patriots to win so bad, just so I could put on Facebook, Good call, Amy Adams.
Yeah. You would have been there would have been a long line.
Yeah. I mean, he's just the best coach in the NFL right now. Whatever.
He was on our roster, if you say it like that.
So, Ben, tell me a little bit about how we'll get off of the Super Bowl and all of that stuff, because that's going to go down another rabbit hole. But tell me how you go from, I know you had the food truck, you were doing that, you had the fire. The fire happened before the restaurant, right?
That's right. Yep. Yeah. So that happened July of 24.
So how do you go from July of 24 from there moving forward? How do you go, okay, we just burnt down a trailer.
Yeah.
Now let's spend some more money and open a restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah. So it wasn't the best. I'm a huge Dave Ramsey fan too. So it wasn't it wasn't a really good Dave Ramsey decision. But I drove by a building that I know used to be a restaurant, and it was in an area that needs food. They're building a ton of homes in this area right now. And matter of fact, it used to be a barbecue restaurant back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And so I contacted the guy that I know that used to own it. He said, I don't own it anymore. These other folks do. So I called him, and I must have just hit it just right, because there was like 6 or 8 people that called after me after they found out they bought it. So we found it. Rent was right. Problem was, I didn't have any money to buy the things for the restaurant. So we maxed out 3 credit cards, but I seen the opportunity for it to work. And I knew that we had just went through the worst year we could possibly ever go through. So December of 25, let's see, December of 24, I'm sorry, we found the building, which is right after Helene. The economic impact from Helene, messed the whole food truck world up, the Asheville market, which is where we were at. And I found the restaurant. I knew we needed another restaurant in the area, and I set a date for March 1st. So we got the keys in December, and I said, let's try to make this work. And we maxed out 3 credit cards, and I had just made a mental note. I was like, well, if it doesn't work, I'll just go back to the fire department full time and figure out how to pay this stuff off. So we can seat 46, 3,000 square foot building, rent's right. And when we opened, we were so busy, I didn't know what to do. We didn't have enough smoker space. I didn't have the rotisserie yet. So I was cooking all I could literally cook, and the food truck also had a full-time schedule too. So we were running around like crazy. I think our first, March or April was like $100,000 a month, which was insane. The most we had ever done was like 60.
And you weren't open 7 days a week either.
No, this is 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So it was insane.
Where the brick and mortar is?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it? Where's the actual address of the brick and mortar?
So it's 3028 Jonathan Creek Road in Waynesville, North Carolina. So it's 3 miles from Interstate 40. We're off of exit 20, right inside the North Carolina state line.
I think Trent's putting you in his map, so that when he ventures back home, he's going to dip in.
Yeah. He's putting it in Waze to see if he can get there by the time you close.
But yeah, it was for about 6 months. We were so busy. I didn't know what to do, because we were going through probably 18 to 20 pork butts a day, 10 to 15 briskets, 20 racks of ribs. It was just insane. I'd never been through this volume before. Yeah. But I think part of it was the community was paying us back for what we had done previously. Sure. And then on top of that, like, people, I think, truly have craved a really good barbecue restaurant in our area that cooks with all wood. There's not many. There's and it's so sad in North Carolina. So many people are cooking with gas. Yeah. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but
it ain't just North Carolina, Ben. It's all over.
That's right.
All over the country.
That's right. And I don't want to
purely a convenience thing.
It's a cost.
Okay.
I
It's
think
a cost
so.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to think. So, like, a lot
Cost
of
and
people are
convenience
using.
both.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
using the rotisseries like Ben's talking about, and they're
Yeah.
gas assisted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to think, man. I could, I could probably cut out probably $5,000 a month worth of labor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and then
Wow.
on top of that, like the rotisserie he's got, plus the one that I've been looking at M&M, it cuts back on the amount of wood you use as well. So where
Yeah.
I go through a cord, I'm probably going through a cord every 2 weeks. I probably go through a cord in a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we're at right now.
So-
About a month. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I had no idea there's that much
So,
difference.
and then the way the wood's going, I mean, you're talking about over the course of a year, you're talking about $75,000-$80,000 worth of savings.
Yeah.
So if I spend $35,000 on a smoker, it's going to pay for itself in 6 months.
Wow. That's it. I would never see. That's the stuff I love. That the non-entrepreneur, the person who's not involved in this. We drive by your restaurant. We sit Big Blue sitting out there.
Yeah.
Somebody's stoking the fire. I'm like, well, no big deal. So
The-
that's a unique aspect.
The problem when you get those gas assisted smokers is the flavor of the barbecue completely changes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more acidic.
So-
It's a dirtier smoke.
Yeah, you got to think about it from a standpoint of it's like using liquid smoke in your oven.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to be an a-hole when I say that, but that's
That's
literally
not a thing.
Yeah.
it's a thing.
I know it is, but like nobody takes that seriously.
They should.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know barbecue joints that do that for their ribs.
Oh, come
Like
on.
they put them in a hotel pan with some water and liquid smoke and cover it up with plastic wrap and aluminum foil and smoke them, quote unquote, in their oven.
Well,
You know how I know that? Because I used to work there.
oh man, that
So-
hurts my heart a little bit. They shouldn't be able to claim that.
And they call them smoked ribs, but they're not
Yeah.
smoked ribs.
And there's joints that do that, and they're busy.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it like, I can't tell you how many people have came to our restaurant and they tell us all the time, that's the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. And I just kind of look at them like they're crazy. And I'm like, it's not anything that we're doing. We're not reinventing the wheel. It's just salt, pepper. It's no crap. It's no gimmicks. It's all wood.
It's being committed to the
That's right.
intentionality of doing it simple, doing the simple things correctly, and doing them well.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
That's what it boils down to. So,
Look, we make our own sausage, and I'm getting like obsessive about this sausage. It's really kind of bad. I was measuring my sausage links today with a ruler. Seriously. Like I wanted them all to be the exact same.
can we give a quick applause for no awkward pauses during that? You got it all out. Well said. Like because that would have been a mess. Like that.
Yeah, it would have been. They were all 6 inches. at least, yeah, somewhere in yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
can't sell sausage. I've put it on our menu a bunch, and for some reason in our area, sausage does not move.
Man, I tell you, when I started on the food truck, I bought sausage.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I'm not good at making sausage. I finally developed a recipe that I really like.
Yeah.
And it's got all the flavors that I want, and it's exactly what I would like in a jalapeno cheddar sausage. And I tried for years to find one that would tasted like what I make today.
Yeah.
And couldn't find it. And I probably sold 20 to 40 pounds of sausage a week. Nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Since we've started making our own sausage and really got the flavor that matched the rest of my barbecue
Yep.
and
Yep.
the whole 9 yards, right? I sold 50 pounds of sausage this weekend.
Wow.
Like, I mean,
It's just wild.
Saturday alone, we sold 29 pounds of sausage.
Wow.
Saturday.
Wow.
So, like, I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm selling so much sausage, I broke my stuffer.
Wow.
Thought you're supposed to buy industrial grade.
I did. It's a commercial stuffer. It holds 25 pounds.
All right. Well,
Like, I mean, it's not the big, the big, huge ones, but
That's
yeah,
funny.
it's, I found the more detailed we get with our food, and I don't know if you feel the same, but like we've even gotten to where we make our own pickles. Like the only thing I don't make is my curly fries. Like everything else we make the ranch finally because my co-host over here, his wife didn't like my ranch, so I started making my own ranch.
I like that she's the easy target. There's no way in the world she was the only one.
It's just because she's.
It's just because I'm next to you, and it's just
yeah. I've had more than one person tell me they didn't like my ranch.
Everybody else was just saying it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
What you got that bottle with the green cap over there? I'll bring it in.
I hate that response. It's fine.
I did like though that you asked, do we when we were there before you started making ranch? She was like, "You got ranch? We have an Alabama white sauce." I was like, "Those are not." That is not a substitute. I love your Alabama white sauce. It's not a substitute though. So
look, when we opened, and there's a question coming for you out of this, Ben, I promise. When we opened, I wasn't going to have ranch.
You told me you were dead set on not having ranch.
I was dead set on not having ranch. I was going to have my white sauce. It was going to be the ranch. If you wanted a cream sauce, that's what it was going to be, right? So I say that. Was there anything that you did from going from the food truck to the restaurant that you were dead set on, hey, I'm not doing that? To now you look back and go, well, that was stupid. I should have done this a long time ago, and changed?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I was number one, I was dead set on not opening a brick and mortar.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Yeah. I had to eat my words a lot. Everybody came up to say, you said you weren't going to do this. And I was like, well, I was wrong.
That's great.
Secondly, I always said I would never have fryers or French fries in my restaurant. And I was just curious one day. I had an old fry cutter in one of our storage boxes. I got it out and I cut some fries for lunch one day. We were working at the restaurant, getting it ready to get open. And I was like, okay, I got to add these to the menu. It's hand cut fries and beef tallow. There's nothing that beats it whatsoever. I've gained 30 pounds since we opened the brick and mortar because of hand cut French fries. And
look, we sell a curly fry that if I took off my menu, I'd probably be getting shot for doing. So
yeah,
but we do fry them in beef fat. So
yeah,
that's you can't go wrong with beef fat.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day why my chicken tenders were so good. And the answer was simple.
Beef fat.
If you fry anything in beef fat, it's going to be better.
That's right. Yeah,
it's pretty delicious. So, look, everybody that comes on our show, we ask the same question. And when you are sitting down to have a meal in your barbecue joint, or you go to another barbecue joint, you get your protein, and everybody has their protein, whether it's the pork or the smoked chicken or turkey or sausage or brisket, whatever. We all typically go to the same thing, right?
Yep.
But the sides never vary, right? You may feel like turkey one day and brisket the next, but the sides are always typically the same.
Yeah.
So do you get the mac and cheese or do you get the beans?
Mac and cheese.
I feel like we're leaning on the mac and cheese side recently.
We are. We're taking a turn.
Yeah.
The problem whenever somebody says mac and cheese now is I go back to Andrew Gruel's response. And we had him on the show.
Yes.
He's a guest spot on Fox TV. And he was like, why do I want to get a side that deteriorates the longer it sits there? And I don't know how long it's been sitting there. And I was like, I've never once considered that was a great response to that. And
the slop and plop.
That, right, yeah. And now here's the problem. I will judge a restaurant's their mac and cheese by how long I think it's been sitting there once I try it off the plate. And I also think it has influenced my answer. I have heavily gone toward the beans.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because of that answer. And I wish he hadn't ruined it for me. So,
look,
I think mac and cheese is simple for everybody, though. We all know what that's supposed to be like.
If you make a good mac and cheese, and it's and the noodles are al dente when you cook them, and the whole 9 yards, and it's fresh, and you keep it fresh throughout the day. It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
It's really good.
I agree.
Yeah.
But if you put a bucket of mac and cheese in a steam table and let it sit there for 5 hours,
It's
you know,
trash.
with a lid on it, it's
Right.
like it's like Gruel said, it's slop and plop.
It is slop and plop.
It's
Hey,
yes.
It's gross.
I don't get this opportunity often, so I'm going to ask both of you. My wife is wanting me to try a new mac and cheese recipe, and that terrifies me because that's how you mess things up. She wants mac and cheese with a seasoning.
Okay.
What seasoning do I need to add to that macaroni and cheese? Don't tell me salt and pepper. I already do that.
Fiesta season it all.
What?
Fiesta season it all.
Ooh, that's a good one.
All right.
That's a good
That's
one.
what we put in ours.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going
That
to
is
be
a good
real.
one.
This was rooted in some social media video she saw.
So what
And
I
she's
would
like, I need this macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, now I have a.
my problem would be, are you making the macaroni from scratch?
Absolutely.
Okay, so like you're making a cheese sauce to
Yes.
go in it.
Make
Okay.
the roux, dump it all in, like do
So
the thing.
like what cheeses are you putting in it?
I'm going to put a white cheese and a mild cheddar and then probably like a pepper jack kind of thing.
Okay, so it's going to have a little spice.
Nope, not pepper jack, Colby jack.
Okay. Are you using heavy whipping cream?
I hadn't planned to, but I can if I need to.
Okay.
I'm telling you, look. I feel like I'm going to be on the chopping block. Like I'm going to mess. It's either going to be phenomenal or I'm going to be awful.
So look, you know me, I'm a very simple person when it
Absolutely.
comes to recipe building. So like I would tell you, I would probably pull the Colby jack and put a pepper jack in it.
Okay.
And then I would probably put some fresh minced garlic.
Okay.
Fresh. It has to be freshly minced.
No
If
garlic.
it's not no jar crap. Like get the actual cloves and mince
My
them up.
favorite here lately has been the tube squeeze stuff. You see a
Lord.
restaurant or a chef, throw this in, add your garlic.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. That's
Toothpaste garlic. Yummy.
all right. Well,
Delicious.
I'm going to take you. I may have to text you out off show for that, but I appreciate your
We'll get you-
input
we'll get
there,
you- we'll get you
Ben,
squared away.
because I've been given this task and I don't know how I feel about it. So
Yeah.
Ben, if you were going to describe your style of barbecue cooking, how would you describe it?
Probably Texas influenced, but with a Carolina twist. So we're in a weird part of North Carolina where most people eat sweet barbecue sauce. So we're not a very vinegar heavy place being in North Carolina. So I would say, our normal customer eats pork and chicken. We're not a very brisket heavy place, but we try our best to have those Texas style, attributes to what we're doing. Because I'm not kidding. When I took a trip to Austin, Texas, it changed my life. I had never had a bite of barbecue that was so good ever in my life.
Where'd you go?
I went to Lewis Law Barbecue, and then I can't for the life of me remember the name of the one we went to near Waco. And then we also I really loved Rudy's. Rudy's was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was just a little gas station, they cook with all wood. It's super simple, grab and go, and I loved the concept. It was there's nothing like that around here ever, like at all.
Yeah. That's great. I love it. That is good stuff. You ever do any competition barbecue?
Very little. There's two that I do. I don't know if I'm going to do the wing competition this year, but we are hosting a barbecue festival in Maggie Valley in November with this series. So I participate in the whole hog barbecue competition series once a year at the Mountain State Fair in Asheville, mostly because they don't try to reinvent the wheel with the next best thing. The only three ingredients they let you use is salt, oil, and baking soda, and that's it. You make your sauce. So really and truly, your skill with trimming the hog and all of that jazz is how they judge you. And I really like that competition series because you don't have to reinvent the best recipe. So it's truly just about the cook. But
Derry
I
and
really
I are
enjoy
getting
that.
ready to do one next month, and well, by the time this comes out, it'll probably be next week. But
Yeah.
we're excited to go reinvent the wheel of the same thing everyone else is doing.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
we'll
just
figure it
not.
out.
I'm not very classically trained. I'm not a good. I'm not a chef by no means. I'm just a redneck with a smoker, and I try to make our products as good as
Aren't we
possible.
all? That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about,
man.
baby.
That's why
what
I
I'm
like you
talking
so
about.
much, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I have a couple of people that work for me that are classically trained, and they are incredible cooks, and
Yes.
they can throw down. And I pick their brain for all kinds of stuff, but they find it crazy when I say, I don't want to do all that. Let's keep it simple. Just put some salt, pepper, and garlic in it, and
Yep.
it'll be fine.
Yep.
And they're like,
Yep.
no, it needs way more. I'm like, let's just try it out and see what happens.
Yep.
And then we try it, and they go,
That's right.
it's not bad.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
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 So-
We
Ain't
use
broke,
one.
don't fix it.
We use one cheese in our mac and cheese. That's it.
That's outstanding.
We
I
use
love
Cooper Sharp, and that's it. That's the only
it.
cheese we use.
Outstanding. And Fiesta.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't forget the Fiesta.
I'm in.
Yep.
Like, I'm
I
in.
love it.
Yep. It's really milk, mayonnaise, Cooper Sharp. That's it.
It's incredible.
All right, I'm gonna
I
try
bet it's
this,
delicious.
and then if it's thumbs up, I will be like, "Hey, thank you so much for your input." And if it's
Yeah.
thumbs down, be like, "You'll never hear from me." So
What kind of noodle do you use?
Cavatappi.
Ah, my friend. I
Yeah.
love it. See? Rednecks.
And
We know how to do this.
hey, another little trick. My distributor sells cavatappi noodles almost al dente frozen.
Oh, my goodness.
So-
You use U.S. foods, don't you?
I sure do.
Yeah.
Yep.
y'all talking
See?
shop now.
Rednecks.
Yeah. It saves me about 45 minutes on a pan of mac and cheese.
Uh-huh.
God, that's
It
impressive.
sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Yep. And you start making a batch of mac and cheese every single
Yeah.
day. That adds up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
Sure does.
That's outstanding, man. Where can people go to find you, get your, what are your hours of operation? How do they book the food truck? All the gory details of people wanting to get your barbecue.
Yeah, so the business is on 3 different social media platforms. Facebook, it's just Ben's Backdraft Barbecue. Barbecue is all spelled out with a C. Instagram is Ben's Backdraft BBQ1. And I don't know what our TikTok handle is, but we're on TikTok as well. You can just search our name. And then we have a website, Ben's Backdraft Barbecue, which is bbq.com. We have an inquiry page where you can do anything from have the food trailer all the way to cold storage rental.
Awesome. And then the restaurant, I know you said it earlier, but just in case people missed it, where's it located at?
3028. Yep, 3028 Jonathan Creek Road in Waynesville, North Carolina, and that's a 28785 address. We have 2 different zip codes in our area, and we're open Tuesday through Saturday now from 11 to 8 or sellout, whichever's first. We have specials on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday is 10-ounce ground brisket burgers. Friday is $1 smoked fried wings, and Saturday is brisket burn-ins.
Love it. I love it. That is outstanding, man. Good deal. Derry, you got a Friday feel good for us?
Always. If I can get my little notes to open up here. Winston Churchill has a quote, and I think given Ben's background and where he was in 2024 and just entrepreneurs in general, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Make sure you keep going forward. Make sure you don't give up just because you hit a trial. Y'all know what to do. Find somebody you know. Tell them you love them.
Hard to beat the guy that don't quit.
That's it.
Yep.
Amen to that. Ben, man, thank you for coming to hang out with us today. We appreciate it. It was a pleasure getting to hang out with you and talking to you for a little while and getting the story of Ben's Backdraft Barbecue out there. Hopefully we'll hear all about it even more. I can't wait to make a trip and come see you myself.
if I'm even in East Tennessee, I'm driving over. That's not
Yeah.
that far. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know
It's
where,
not. Yeah.
generally where that's at. So
We do a lot of motorcycle rides, so we might who knows,
We're
we
near
might
the
have
tail.
might have to take a trip and
he's throwing out references.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have to take a trip now.
yeah.
So, yeah,
we're
perfect.
we're planning something. So and
Oh,
I was
cool.
planning on letting you know when I come up there. So we'll do it. But I
We
appreciate
can
you
put
very
you up
much.
too.
Awesome. I love that. I love it. Look, guys, you know what to do. If you want to get involved with the show, please feel free to reach out to me directly at charlie@singletreebbq.com. You can call me at 615-307-0120. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We air every Saturday and Sunday morning on ESPN 94.9 The Fan from 8 until 9 a.m. You can't miss it. Look, we appreciate you. Thank you, Ben. Thanks, Derry, Trent. We appreciate you guys very much. And until next time, guys, we'll see you then.
Y'all be good.